Hello and welcome back to the Sheffield Wednesday career mode in FIFA 22 here on Dexterity Box. We are entering another Premier League season and hopefully this season we don't have to deal with relegation threats. Hopefully we can finish comfortably in that sort of bottom half of the table at least, because I am aware that the board doesn't usually give you a big budget in the second season. I'm going to use that logistically in thinking that we have upgraded Hillsborough. So the money that we would usually get for a transfer budget, if you were going to give it a go in the second season in the Prem so you didn't fall to second season syndrome, I'm going to invest in a stadium. Originally we're looking at this sort of European model here. Not a massive fan of the columns or the fact that it's clearly quite sunny there. That's not Britain, is it? So we will probably go for something a little bit more like this one, where it just looks like... I tried to basically replicate what I think Hillsborough would have been if they'd have gone through with the World Cup plans. So that one is a pretty good fit, really. We don't need to change the pitch or anything like that. We will just have a new, expanded Hillsborough ready for this new season in the Premier League. We are going to compete in the South America Cup in the Preseason tournament. It's a tough group though. There's Gladbach, Betis and Dortmund in there, so I'm not expecting too much in that group. We've got some transfer reports coming in early. That is our budget, 28 million. It's not a lot of money. They've given us 2.3 million for just surviving last season. Not the best. We're getting offers in straight away for the likes of Oko. I'm not really going to ship him out. He's still got time to develop. Scott Twine was one you guys asked me to keep an eye on, so I've scouted him here. 75, he wouldn't have been bad. He still technically could get in this squad with room to develop, but I think we will try and... Our midfield's not really our weak area, so we will look at agreeing that. Also, have you seen Blanco's departed? I forgot to mention this last episode. We had agreed an offer on him, so that's kind of shot us in the foot, that one. Not too happy with that. And a player I also forgot was coming in, Wang Hee-chan. We've actually got a striker coming in on a pre-contract that we did ages ago in real time, not in terms of episodes, but yeah, ages ago. We've got a Wang Hee-chan coming into the later end of his career, but he's still got 88 pace, so he will be very usable with Ings starting to be on the decline. I'm also going to keep an eye on frees and young players and players that are still, 23 and younger, 24 and younger, so we can build out this squad with a good youth core. Coates there wouldn't have been a bad centre-back, but his pace is not very good. Kroos is on a free, guys. Moira's on a free. There's options here. Again, if you've not watched this career mode before, I try and keep it fairly grounded and realistic. I know the Prem can get a little bit crazy with some of its transfers. I try and keep ours in the realm of realism, even though we will try and improve the squad to the best of our ability. But the focus has got to be, if you look back to last season, we had Marino on loan at Man City, so that's got to be the focus. There was Coutinho there, who I could see coming into this squad and being usable, but unfortunately he's usually been released by now in the career, but Barcelona have kept hold of him, so he's not a free. But because he's gone to Villa, that's one I always think in this current climate, you can probably get Coutinho in your team realistically on a career mode when you've been in the Prem a couple of seasons. Because Villa have done it. I know there's a Gerrard connection, but we're gonna keep an eye every time we finish a season. We look at our transfer list, check if anybody's going on a free. But we do need to tie this man down. Not that man. I immediately put the wrong player in, but Moreno, absolute legend for us last season. He was probably... Look at how far down he is. This is how far he is disrespected. He's that far down, and he's at 79 overall because he had a great season with us last season. His value's 22 million. I think we've got to just throw it at him. I'd happily pay 20 million. I'd pay the 22 for this guy. I'd pay 25 because of what he did and how he feels in-game. We go in at 20 million. They do 23. This feels like one that can be brought down to 20 million, and it does. Pep's like, you know what? We're never going to use him. He ain't getting in the City side, is he? And that is ideal for us. We could have probably got him a little bit lower, but 20 million, we're not messing about. He's coming in straight away. The season's just started. This is going to take a big whack of our budget, by the way. 47 million has just gone down to 27. But we want him on a 5-year deal, even though he originally asked for 4 years. That 95k wage needs to come down. He wants 61 with nearly $1 million in goal bonus. That's going to cost us quite a bit, that. But we actually get him to 55k in the end. 55k is good. We spent that transfer overall will probably cost us plus add-ons 21.5 million, and he's on 55k a week, down from 95. It shows he wants to be there, and he can now be the spearhead of our attack. But he's also got that versatility. You can see the objectives here. We've got the brand exposure one, we've got the financial one, making a profit as well, and selling players, selling players to make profits and signing crucial players. So it is going to be a turnover season, which means if big offers come in for our players, we need to go for it. And smaller players like Benkovic, players that I can't see getting in the squad now, if we can get a few million for him, we'll do it. There's a lot of contract maintenance to be done, especially on the younger players here. This lad's at 74 overall. He's still on 800 quid a week. Oko again, he's on $2,000. So he's 22, 76. I can see him staying with us for another sort of 3 years, see if he develops. And he only wants 6.8, so robbed him a bit there. Dexter Pickering again. It's just the younger players. I don't want to see them turned over too quickly if we can get a bit of money for them in the future, or they can develop, because there is a point in some players on FIFA where all of a sudden they just rocket up. Ricky J. Jones, I have listened to you guys. He's staying around, you know? A few of you have said that he can have this jump in his potential later on, and he only wants 6.6 to stay, so Ricky J. Jones will be part of this setup, even if he's not first team and we have to get loan deals for him. Let's kick off the preseason tournament, though, with a 2-1 win against Betis. Not bad. Not bad. We won't become bottom of the group then. I've actually thought that we need to be looking at central midfield options, because I think a lot of the offers will probably come in for the likes of Gibbs White, you know, our other midfield players. Lobo's probably not the best. There's Cusance. We need to get a player in and let some of those go. And I think the big signing we're going to make is going to be Kroos, because we at Wednesday have done this thing. We signed the big veteran players that have probably legs have gone. But this is a 35-year-old Toni Kroos who's going to be our star player. He ain't going to do much running. His pace is in the 50s. But if he can link it up and he takes a realistic wage, we've got him on a year's deal. We have just signed Toni Kroos in our second season in the Prem to come and bring that much-needed experience to try and help us avoid a relegation battle. Because if you see Lobo 76, this is more with me thinking in my head. There's going to be offers coming in for players like Cusance and Gibbs White, who have had incredible seasons with us recently. Cusance has just come off the back of a great season with us, for example. And they're players that are going to get us money. Bringing in Kroos on a free for similar wages, it makes sense. And we actually managed to beat Dortmund here. We might actually do all right in this preseason tournament that I paid no attention to. More offers coming in for Benkovic. I want around 6 to 8 for him, so if we can just keep trying to push a little bit more to just get the most out of him, because he's 27 years old and 76 overall, we do need to be trying to get a little bit more for him. But this is one of those negotiations that just constantly, they're stuck. They might as well just say final offer and you go yes or no, because the game just likes to do this thing where it just repeats no, 6 million, 6 million, 6 million. And I've asked for 6.3 and they sack it off. I don't really understand that one. It happens a lot. This Moyer's worth 30 million. With 3 days remaining on the scout report, I'm just going to go in for him. I don't care, because if he's worth 30 million, he's going to be worth some sort of wage structure, isn't he? So he's a regen that's come through and been released from one of the academies. We've got him on pitiful wages compared to what he's probably worth. And he's a 79 overall, 18-year-old. Our scouting system has done it again, picking up one of those youth prospects that can go out on loan, get some experience. And he's a central defensive midfielder, someone we haven't got. Now, Sastry has been moaning at us for a while, so I will be willing to let him go for about 25 million. I want to start it. It's annoying because I know he'll be worth more in the future, but he's annoying me with the amount he's requested to transfer and stuff because he's not getting played. And I think we've won the group, by the way. 1-0 against Gladbach. That is not bad. Offer coming in for Collins, not one I'm necessarily wanting to get rid of again. He would be a £30 million man for us, though, because he's one of our better centre-backs, 24.79 overall. Centre-backs, there's a premium on them in the Prem. He's not English, but still. Greenwood, though, look at this lad. Sam Greenwood, 23 overall. He's a centre-forward. Can play as that cam role. He's got some good stats, and he's fairly quick. I think this might be a solid one at 23 years old. to bring in Sam Greenwood. We're not doing stupid business, you see. He's coming in as a squad player here. 4 years, I'm happy to do that. And the around 40 grand wage, I'd be happy. But he's asked for 27. 27 grand. What a signing that is, just to fill out the squad a little bit and have a player that's got a little bit of pace there. Quickly on screen there, I sold Marino, so we are selling some of our academy players just to put some money back into the kitty, because we do have to complete objectives, and not everybody's going to get to play for Wednesday, so blink and you miss it, Marino has gone there. But Sam Greenwood, if you look, we've got a space for him now. We've changed up the midfield a little bit. In this B squad especially, I can see him getting a lot of game time, but he is that player that I'll probably bring off the bench as the impact sub. It does mean Asal doesn't get to go in that squad, but we'll see. Leipzig, this is probably where the journey ends here for the pre-season. You would think, but we've managed to do it on penalties. 5-4. 2-2 in that game. We're in the final of the pre-season trophy. Can we get a trophy? It's not a real one, but we'll take it. Sastry again, offers are coming in. I'm bringing the offers even closer down. I just want about 25 for him. I don't want to sell him for less than that. I'd rather loan him, to be honest, and then he'll shut up and eventually come back. Alanga is going to go on loan to Nice by the looks of it here. That'll be good for his development. He ain't getting in the first team this season. We've got Boca Juniors in the final, though, of this pre-season tournament, which is pretty cool, really. Can we get a win? And we can, quite convincing, a 3-1 win. That is our first bit of silverware, by the way. Gibbs White double, brace, and Kent with the third goal. Sheffield Wednesday's first bit of silverware. It's pre-season, but we'll take it. Now I'm saying that, did we win the Papa John's? We possibly won the Papa John's. You guys will know this more than me. It's been a long time. Keep an eye on Johnny, who's played at Wolves. He's on a free. Jawara, maybe not there, but we've got players like Wimmer here. This is a player I'd have gone for before at 24.76 overall, but we just don't need to stockpile players that aren't going to play. It's not specifically realistic. Our younger players, yes, really young players, I understand. Lookman offers are something I'm going to be starting to actually entertain when they come in, because they are coming in a little bit more, but that one was a bit ridiculous we got there. There's going to be a lot of players that need to go out on loan, really, that I've missed, like Lobo here. He needs to develop a bit more. His development's kind of stalled, really, because I brought him in thinking we could develop him if he was in the squad, and he's not really gone that far, so he will get loaned, and I have transfer listed Ings as well, because he's on the down. If we can get money back for him, that'd be fantastic. Liverpool, though, wanting one of our bright Austrian youngsters, 19-year-old Brandslatter. They're going to have to pay for him. I do the typical top club tax. If a top club comes in for a player, we ask for nearly double the value, and there's a huge gap. Klopp's fuming, but I'm not selling him for that. He can develop and actually get us quite a bit of money. He'll get us over 30 million in the future if we do it right. Porto wanting Minamino could be a good bit of business for us, though, because if we can get around 8 million for him, we'll probably get more than that, to be fair, with his value at 8.5. We are, have you noticed our transfer budget, by the way? It's going back up because we are selling these players for sort of 8, 10, 4. We're getting those little bits, dribs and drabs of the millions in there. Dribs and drabs of millions, what a ridiculous statement. What I'm not accepting is 10 million for Bozic, though. But we do need to keep that money coming in so we can sign some crucial players. Kroos was a crucial player. So that's sufficed one of the two crucial players we needed to sign for the objective. And the objectives are important, especially when we have terrible seasons on the pitch and we're just escaping relegation. Now, Ricky J. Jones, I've just given him a contract. Chelsea are coming in for him, so they are going to pay the top club tax, because it would annoy you if I got rid of him as well, because you want to see him develop in his career. So 18 million, I would take it for him. It's way more than he's worth currently, but you never know with potential, do you? Got some more youth scout reports coming back in here, and Scott Rowlands is one that is interesting. 19 years old, 74 overall, 92 acceleration. I'm not sure we're going to go for him, though, because, again, it's a position on that wing that I've strengthened and strengthened and strengthened, and I'm not just trying to buy for buying's sake, especially if you want to come in and want a squad role. Sardella, there, you saw briefly, that's one I'm going to consider a little bit more, because, yeah, I think if Bozic, a big offer came in for him, it'd be nice to have backup at our fullback positions. And he's 23, this kid, 77 overall. He wants important. We'll take important. He won't probably play important, let's be honest. But a 3-year deal. Good little bit of business if his wages aren't ridiculous. It says around 30 grand, but I don't want to really give him that. If he can take 20, I was going to say 25, but we'll go 28. And that's 300 grand. That's actually a pretty good wage structure for him, in fairness. Pretty fair. The one position I've struggled at actually having players that are good to play with is centre-back. Now, Brentford have got this 80 rated already. I want us to sort of take the place of Brentford in terms of the Premier League position, because they actually got relegated at some point, I believe, and they've been a bit of a yo-yo on this FIFA career. So I'm going to poach one of their best centre-backs because he's 26 and he's got potential. Now, it's interesting because Sastri's a pain for me, but they want me to give him like 20 million plus Sastri, and I was like, well, no, I'll give you just the player because, trust me, Sastri's going to be worth a lot more in future, and they try and take the mick a little bit with that. So I was just about to do a player swap and give them a decent player swap, which would have been in their favour in the future. Yes, Balred is proven, but he was a 79 rated striker, right, Sastri, and he's much younger by a few good years. So I think they were taking the mick a bit, and this is why, really. They want about 28 for him. I'm not willing to do that. We will drop it back down to nearer the value and see if we can meet in the middle. And they say we'll take some time to think about this, which usually means no. So, you know, he's got that power header, though. He's not slow. He's quite quick for a centre-back. He's got the stats I like, so I'd be willing to pay up to 25 for him. It'd be brilliant to not have to pay 25 for him. So we'll try 23 and see if we can meet there, because they're going to pull it back up as they have done with 24. But come on, you'll take 23. You will take 23 for him. And they do. That is going to be a solid signing if we can get him on the right wages. We want him on a 4-year deal, big deal that'll take him to 30. It shows him we want him to be our centre-back for the next few years until he's, you know, coming into his absolute peak and past it. 45 grand is a big commitment from us, I believe, and something I'm willing to do for. I think that's a big wage for us, don't get me wrong, because we've not been massive spenders, but we've done some solid business so far. This squad is slowly shaping to a point where it might not be this season, but we can build a solid foundation here and really start to bring the money in. Jeff Cott, though, that was one of my predictions that when I brought him in, I thought we could make him a star. He's not developed the way I'd want him to develop, unfortunately, in this career mode, so I will accept offers of like 6 or 7 for him going forward and see if we can get money. Bozic here, it's going to be sad because we've had him quite a while and we've brought him up, basically. But I will take 15 million for him if he sells, so there's that option there. This is a better offer for Brandslatter, just a loan to buy, which will become a loan because they always accept it as a loan, which is what I want for these players, really. But they actually come back in for 15.7 million for Bozic. Now, he's versatile. He's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. I understand that this one for the future is going to be difficult because he will be worth probably about 40 if he keeps progressing at the rate he's progressing. But I need money now. So 17 million. We go back in and get 17. I can't really say no to that right now. We've just brought in Sardella as well, so there is options there. We've got options. More offers in for Minamino. They've not gone through all the way yet, so we'll see if Minamino actually goes. We're trying to get about 9 million for him. And still, I'm looking at that central midfield position because I've got a feeling we are going to sell one of our central midfielders. So, we've got Newcastle as we start the Premier League season. Hugo Lloris is in net. Look at this. I love these animations. That's our back line now, new back line. Midfield 3 there, Toni Kroos lining up for us. That's a great front 3, Lookman, Moreno and Kent. Our front 3 is pretty strong, but again, Lookman is verging like 84 rated now. He's probably going to attract some offers from top-end clubs. Newcastle are mostly regens and young players by the looks of it, so they've not quite got the money in this save. I think Steve Bruce is still the manager, so they are. But here we go, kicking off for our first Premier League season that might be successful, maybe. I honestly don't know, to be honest, because this game throws you. And I still think we've got a fairly weak squad if you look at us compared to the rest of the Prem, which is madness. Q-Son showing his skill straight away and gets absolutely ripped apart from behind, but we'll take it. We'll run down the left. Playing through is Gibbs White, trying to do something early here. It's a little tap shot there. Dubravka saves it well for them. We've still got it. Messing about on the edge of the box here, trying not to be wasteful. Lookman to Gibbs White. Gibbs White can score from distance. He's trying to be very clever with it here. Kroos forces a save. Not bad, opening 10 minutes from Wednesday, and he does eventually get done for that crunching tackle on our player. We're going to try short corners a little bit more this season. with Kent's ability to whip round from them, but the curve was a little bit too much on that one, and it was the right idea, but it was off target, unfortunately. We do need to be a bit aerially better, but it's not really my play style, so that doesn't matter too much. Attacking down the left here, though. Kent's been very present in this opening sort of 15. Again, going for the edge of the box. When if you've got the midfielders with the shot, why not? But it's not really opening up for us, though. They're keeping a solid defence through that, where we can't really get space for the shot, which is ideal, really, because in terms of a defensive perspective, that's really going to frustrate me, because I like taking pot shots from the edge of the box with our very skilled attacking players in that regard with long shots. But we are still defensively questionable already. Lloris with a good save there, but it shouldn't ever really get through there, and Newcastle have got a corner. We need to be better at defending these this season as well. That's not amazing, is it? But Lloris collects. Breaking through is Kent to Marino. This is, again, I think we're trying to be too precise here. We need to be a little bit more direct. That half, that's a half, right? We're in the second half now. It was a very poor first half, and that just kind of sums it all up with that bit of movement there. Don't know what I was doing. Do I even need to speak? Lloris is finished. What was that? What was that? Goalkeeper. We need a good goalkeeper, right? What is he doing? And they could have us again here, but we managed to collect it. Can we get on the counter-attack? We've not been amazing on the counter-attack today. We know Kent can do these runs. He needs to actually make it a bit more effective this time. He's going to cut inside. Plays to Lookman. Lookman goes down looking for the penalty. He's not going to be given. Now Newcastle can try and start something on the edge of our box here. We're still getting attacked. 63 minutes gone. We're 1 goal down. Let's bring on our new player, maybe. We've got Greenwood on the bench. Hwang Hee-chan, obviously. I think we just need to freshen it up a little bit, because I can't break through this Newcastle side at the minute. Marino can obviously play on the wing, so we're going to bring Hwang Hee-chan and Greenwood on, Sam Greenwood, through the middle, so we can try and get back into this. Also, by the way, the score's gone because this is a glitch when a player gets subbed in sometimes. Longstaff's going to be there for the rest of the game. Enjoy that. Newcastle coming through. We can't go 2 down. We need to get our new men into the game. Their first appearance for us. Marino holds the play well there to get it to Hwang Hee-chan. Hwang Hee-chan's in the box. Is he going to go for it himself? Greenwood's running through. Sam Greenwood. Number 42. Not even got a proper number for us. And Sam Greenwood equalises. Straight away, impact. On his debut for us, pretty much probably his first touch. Puts it in the back of the net. If he can do that for the rest of the season, we could have a little player on our hands there. It's just great movement. He almost falls over himself with the speed he runs at it. But 1 goal, 1 match, 88th minute. Decent. Kroos is going to come off because that is going to be a situation with Kroos. He's obviously on the way out of his career. He can put in a good performance for us, but he's not got the stamina to see out every match, and that's going to be more prominent as we go through the season. He needs a little bit more time to rest, understandably. We've just got to kind of hold on here, and we do with the 2 added minutes there. It's not amazing. Not amazing start. It's going to be a very bitty season if it's like that, but we'll take it. We'll take a 1-1 at Newcastle. We are going to be looking at developing our squad, as you can see here. I need to start either selling these players or making sure they develop into a point that they do become sellable assets or usable. So we're going to try and improve the deficiencies. I must say, this is my favourite FIFA feature recently, the development hub. This sort of stuff, you need it in the game. I'd probably have stopped playing career mode by now if they hadn't have added this sort of stuff in. I've wanted it for so long. Being able to change players' positionings, actually, have more of an RPG element to it. That's what you need, and they need to keep emphasising on that. Speaking of players, however, Inter have come in for Q-Son. As I said, he had a great season last season. We've had players that like this, and if we can get 30 million for him, that's going to be big for us. And we could have probably got more. But 30 million is a lot of money for us right now. He's a great player for us, but 30 million is going to be massive for us in terms of bringing money in for the kitty and being able to, you know, bring it in for players, loaning a couple out there, obviously trying to make sure they get some time. Asal! Do you remember him? Asal! If we can loan him out and he can give him one more chance, because he will get sold soon if he can't start to get up to those sort of higher end 70s. So we can eventually get him into the early 80s, because then he becomes a player that is worth keeping in the squad. But we do need to look at this midfield position again. We'll put Greenwood in that position for now, but it has left a hole because we've had to drop Gibbs-White back. We've obviously got the money, but we'll see. And we've got a West Ham match here. We'll sim it, because again, we're not playing everything. And I'll take a 2-0 win, every day in that sort of result. That is a fantastic result on the simulation. We are going to throw the B team out for the cup games. I do want a cup this season, though. So my aim for this season is going to be to try and win a cup, even if we have to start rotating. I think that's what it's going to be. The league is not important. We're not going to do amazingly well in the league, let's be honest, for a little while until we built this squad. But I think if we can rotate well, we're just going to go for a lower end Prem finish and try and get some silverware, even if it's just like the EFL Cup or something, you know. It is important to bring silverware back to Wednesday, and if we have to start playing the first team later on and they get a little bit more tired, that's just how it happens. We are going to loan our goalkeepers out here as well. We've got, as I said, a lot of goalkeeping talent in this Wednesday side, so we've got to think about shipping some players out seriously next episode, maybe on transfer deadline day or through this season. Match against Palace, 1-0 loss. Again, focus isn't the league this season, but we do need to stay in it, so that's got to be in there. I would like to see us lift a trophy this season, if possible. It might not happen, right? It's very difficult to do that. We're going to have to keep strengthening the squad and hope luck goes our way, because we're still simulating stuff. We're keeping it realistic. I'm not just going to go through God mode in it all. Can we win something this season, maybe? Or is it going to be a next season job, or even further down the line? But we have got a few seasons left in us, that's for sure. And yes, I am carrying on with these, so make sure you keep liking the videos and supporting this career mode, and you will get more of it until I say it's done. But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, and keep watching right here on Dexterity Box.